You know my first guest tonight from such films as Footloose, Apollo 13, and Wild Things. He can now be seen in the #1 movie in the country, Hollow Man. Please welcome Kevin Bacon. Thanks for being here.
I get it. I'm looking through you. Did you notice that?
That was very
reference?
nice, yeah.
Well done. Well
They
done.
always think of a clever way to bring somebody on.
That's what I look forward to.
It's frightening.
That's what I look forward to.
Were people yelling Footloose when you came out still? I'm like,
Thank you very much.
does that ever get, you know, like enough already? You've
Oh,
had all this success. And,
Love it every day.
But you said
Love it.
people at weddings surround you and go, come on, come on.
Yeah.
Go Footloose.
No, I know. It's, I go up to the DJ and I hand him a 20 and I say, you know that song? Don't play that song.
Because then the pressure's on you to freak
pressure,
out.
You know, like.
Wow, it was weird to see you do that close to me. It's like a virtual reality game. Put a quarter in it. Now, congratulations, #1 movie. This thing's very successful.
Thank you very much.
Everyone's raving about the special effects in this movie. They're saying that people always say these are the best special effects yet. They're saying this one surpasses special effects in other movies. You finally have reached a new level.
Yeah, they're cool. They're really exciting. I mean, I was even excited when I saw them because obviously you don't really see them when you're doing them, being special effects. I mean, I was there shooting the whole movie, but I got little tastes of it while I was making the film, but I didn't get a chance to see it until I saw it, so I thought it was pretty great.
Now, what did they do that? Because they had to recreate your body out of another material, so they made a mold of your body?
Well, that was actually for some of the, you know, different, whatever. They needed a cast of my entire body. They did a head cast and for a mask, and then they did a full body cast, which is really odd because it's like you have to stand and hold on to these two poles, and you're wearing kind of like a black spandex suit, kind of like a strange Cirque du Soleil kind of thing going on. And,
right.
And you're standing there, and they start putting the plaster on you. Before they start with the plaster, they have to cover your entire suit and your body in Vaseline. So,
are you sure this wasn't a fraternity prank?
I know, exactly.
We're going to have to do this now, dears, for this movie.
Yeah, this is like my first day of rehearsal, too, so it was kind of indicative of what I was going to go through. But I was standing there, and, you know, the guy's lubing me up, as it were, and he starts...
Same old story.
Yeah. He starts to get around my midsection, and, you know, he says, well, do you want to do that part yourself? And I said, no, you go ahead, you're a professional. And,
See, I would not... What do you mean this is what he does for a living?
well,
Where do you sign up for that job?
He's an effects guy, yeah. So, right as he's, you know, down there, you know, putting the Vaseline on myself...
He's doing it this way?
Well, I don't know. How would you do it?
Well, who's doing it? The Karate Kid, you know? Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm standing there and I'm holding the thing, and I'm actually watching a movie because they give you a movie to watch while you're doing it. My cell phone.
I bet they give you a movie to watch.
So the cell phone rings, and it's my wife.
Right.
And she says, you know, what's going on? I said, there's a guy rubbing Vaseline on my Johnson. And
she's like, oh, you're not at work yet, are you?
Yeah. Exactly. And she's like, oh, fine. I'm like, how are the kids? They're fine, you know.
Now, you know what I find is, you had to be, in 1 or 2 points in this movie, you have to be completely naked while you're shooting it.
Well,
is that
I'm
right?
invisible, yeah. So if I'm wearing anything, you know, like little boxer shorts, you would see them kind of dancing around, like it looks silly.
Right. Would you, but maybe funny.
Right.
Did you find, I mean, how are you with that process of being naked in front of a bunch of crew?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's a little bit embarrassing, but, you know, sometimes if you look at the options, I mean, once they put in my trailer a little thing to wear, you know, and it was like basically the end of a sock with a little string around the outside of it. You sort of fit over and then tie the string, and it looked like a sock puppet. I put it on. I was like, "Hi, how you doing?" It was so much.
You could have brought in that other guy to do that. Yeah.
It was so much more embarrassing to wear that than it was to actually, you know, get naked. What I like to do though is I like to look around and look at the crew. You know, in our case, it was probably, I don't know, 80 people or something, and just try to picture them all naked. And I don't know, it's very primal and kind of therapeutic in an odd sort of way. Because it makes me kind of feel like we're all, you know, we're all animals, you know, we all are, you know, when you take away all the outside stuff, we all crawled out of the same swamp.
Not me, buddy. Remember where you crawled out of? I never get naked. Just doesn't happen. Now, did you do any love scenes in this film?
My naked scene was with a dog, actually. One of my. It was. Yeah.
Okay. What? I don't know what kind of movie you're hawking here.
It was actually very strange because this dog was supposed to be very angry with me. He's barking at me, and they were trying really hard to get the dog to bark, and he wasn't barking that well. But I kind of went up to the cage, and he kissed me, you know, which was fine because you know, the director kind of dug it. So then he wanted him to do it again, and this take two he didn't do it. So then they figured out a way for him to kiss me every time. So trainer comes over to me with a hot dog, and I have to, like, you know, start using an all-beef chapstick, you know, between every take.
You had to rub a hot dog all over your face.
I certainly did, my friend. You know what? All in a day's work.
Yeah.
A little Vaseline on the privates.
All right,
little
yeah.
hot dog on the lip.
Rub a little hot dog around.
I'm there.
Watch that crazy Dutch film you were talking about. And so did that work? The dog went
take
for you?
after take. Big French kiss from the dog. Yeah.
He gave you a French kiss.
Damn right.
All right, that's great. We have a clip here from the film.
Okay.
Anything we need to know for this?
Well, this is a scene where, you know, the Hollow Man goes out and has some hollow fun out in public. He's been kind of trapped inside this laboratory, and he's going a little crazy. And I've built a latex mask which covers my head, and I go out into public.
All right. Okay. Let's take a look at this clip from Hollow Man.
Hey, look! Look at that! Man, he's weird. Oh my gosh, Mommy!
This guy's a jerk.
Yeah, even invisible guys have to have a little
you have to
fun.
have some fun with that, I would
Sure,
think.
sure.
You know, every time you've been on the show, you look different. You know, sometimes you've got sort of
What
a
do you mean?
goatee going, or you get different looks going. Do you ever get mistaken for somebody else? Like, people know who you are, but they're not sure?
Yeah, I get that all the time. I mean, you know what I get a lot is MacGyver. Hey, MacGyver! Oh, MacGyver! Hey, over here, MacGyver! You know?
Seriously?
I get that a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Anybody else, or just mostly MacGyver?
I got one MacGyver. I was getting MacGyver. There was a time when I was getting MacGyver a lot, and then all of a sudden I went from MacGyver to Hunter.
Man, you're going in the wrong direction.
And I literally had a conversation with a woman. I said, Hunter? Hunter? Really, Hunter? I mean, she's like, yeah, you're Hunter. I was like, you really think I'm Hunter? But obviously that was a short haircut.
Yeah. I get Richie Cunningham a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
Or Ralph Malph. Anyone from the Happy Days cast in general. Never the Fonz. That's never happened once. Hollow Man is in theaters right now. It's the #1 movie, and special effects are amazing. It's a really fun film. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. Kevin Bacon, everybody. Mariska Hargitay. Coming up, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.